Hey there, how there, ho there, it's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to yet another ASG Golf Tournament. It is the semifinal Saturday, the last chance tournament 2025. The last chance for someone to win a monthly tournament and get automatically into the trip to Augusta for next Thursday to start the 2025 Tournament of Champions, which will have 48 monthly winners, 4 tours times 12 monthly winners, 48 plus 24 wild cards, 6 per tour. If you win a tournament, you're automatically not allowed to play in December because we went fairness. So any one of these 4 golfers have a chance to win a tournament and get there automatically, or at worst, get to the wild card, which we'll have highlights of tomorrow after we finish off this thing. We have 4 good golfers. In fact, we have Payne Stewart, 2-time majors champion, and sadly 1999 U.S. champion, and then months later he passed away in a car, an airplane crash. Fuzzy Seller, who died a month ago today. This is being taped on December 27th. So a month ago today, Fuzzy Seller died. You know, he's won a few majors and unfortunately will always be remembered for that racist comment about Tiger Woods at the Masters. You have Mike Weir, the 2003 Masters champion, the first and only time a Canadian has won a major. And let's not forget, this was when Weir won. It was the first time in 4 decades that a left-hander won a major. The first left-hander and the only one before Weir was Bob Charles. And Mark McCumber, the cucumber as they call him, he has had a second place finish. He has the chance to turn his second place into a first place. Meaning if you do take second place in a tournament, but you win a subsequent tournament, then that second place wildcard spot's null and void, obviously, because you've already got to Augusta, and that will be out the door. So we have had 10 guys come into this month on a runner-up finish, and only one guy having gone from second to first. And McCumber is one of those 10. If Payne Stewart, Fuzzy Seller, or Mike Weir take second place, then we have ourselves 11 players. But we could have 10 if McCumber wins. Well, if McCumber does win, he's guaranteed top 2 finish. Either he gets the trip to Augusta and makes the second place null and void, or he takes second, but that it will still be 10 spots. But McCumber would get an advantage in the next round. Now let's take a look at how these 4 got here. Payne Stewart, in the first match of the first round, took on Graham McDowell of Northern Ireland. It was back and forth, to and fro, until Payne won on 18 to win the match. Then he took on Fred Funk. Oh, we don't want the funk. Gotta have no funk. Funk had nothing on the back 9. On Wednesday against Angel Cabrera, he led him down loosely, winning 16 and 17. On Thursday, he took on Keith Fergus and nearly got upset by Keith Fergus. Who the heck is that guy? But Payne Stewart won on 17 and 18 to force a playoff and won on the first playoff hole. And yesterday, he took on Jeff Ogilvy in the quarterfinals. It was nip and tuck, but he put up a back 9 shutout like he did on day 2. So Payne Stewart knows what to do. Fuzzy Seller on the other side of the coin. He took on Bubba Watson, who was trying to get to Augusta, his hometown, but could only win 1 hole off of Fuzzy. Tuesday, he took on John Fott, who fought to the end but lost. Pun intended. Haha. Wednesday, he took on Jack Renner, who I thought was a 60s golfer, but it was from the 80s. Renner actually was up by 1 with 2 to go, but Fuzzy won on 17 and 18. Thursday, he took on Tom Kite, who was on The Simpsons, and Kite only won 1 hole off of him. You know, Homer, the best way to cheat in golf is to lower your score. And on yesterday against Adam Scott had a chance to, he tied after 7, but Fuzzy didn't let Scott off scot-free. And pun intended, haha. Anyway, the Canadian Michael Weir, he took on Dr. David Graham of Australia, was losing a bit, but Weir kept it going on 17. Where is he? Okay, there he is. Tuesday, he took on Don Pooley, who looks suspiciously like John Ritter, and was down, but Pooley could only win 1 hole in the back 9. Weir won 17-18 to win. Wednesday, he took on Aaron Baddeley. Anyway, Weir almost blew it. Baddeley won 14, 15, 16, but Weir won on 18 to win the match. On Thursday, he took on Tim Simpson. And it was nip and tuck, but he won 16, 17. And yesterday against Anthony Kim, he was down by 2 after 5 holes, but shut out Kim the rest of the way and ruined his chances. Now, Anthony Kim will actually get into the wildcard tournament. Here's the catch. He hasn't had top 2 finish, but because he is a defending, he did win last year's Tournament of Champions. He gets, at worst, a spot in the wildcard round. He doesn't get one of the wildcard spots. He has to fight for it, and there's 6 spots online. So as of right now, it'd be 6 out of 10 or even 11. Well, Mark McCumber. We almost had a battle of Canada, but Mark McCumber beat Kenny Perry. Perry actually won 4 straight holes. McCumber was up by 4 with 6 to go, but Perry won 4 straight holes, but McCumber won 17 and tied 18 to win the match. And then on Tuesday against Gil Morgan, it was nip and tuck. He had to win on 17 to force the playoff, and then the second playoff hole he won. Wednesday against Mariama Song. Mariama, again, took on a big start. She was up by 1 with 2 to go, but McCumber won at 17-18. And then on Thursday against David Frost, he basically shut Frost down in the back 9. And yesterday against Stephen Ames, Ames was up by 3 through 7, but couldn't win another hole. Kind of like his fellow Canadian Mike Weir. He was down, but came back. So yeah, McCumber and Weir is going to be interesting. Make sure we play these holes. Yep, there we go. Tee off. So Payne Stewart will tee off first. Left center, okay. William Martin. That is no Aussie. You could hear the decibel level. Payne second shot. Over everything. Not bad. Right to the center. Fuzzy. Into the bunker. Into the distance. Payne. Here's Seller. Too much. Payne for the hole. He died way too soon. You cheeky little rascal. Always with the Steve Ryder line about Sean Vandeveld. Okay. Fuzzy goes into Sawata. Payne, can he do something about it? I think he does. For par. No, he's off by 2. Payne for the hole. Not this time, but I think he's okay. Is he okay? Yeah. Tap. Payne Stewart's now up by 2. Anyway, here's Mike Weir to lead off the second semifinal. Left center. Now he's thinking, okay, well, Weir wins. Canada will have a spot. Well, I mean, Al Balding qualified. He won a tournament, so that'll be good for Canada. Oh, by the way, Fuzzy Seller is the only one of the Final 4 who have had an ASG tournament win. He's got 1 of them. The other 3 have Sippo. We're up and over. Perfect. Right in the middle. Newcomer. It is the bunker. Like we're. Putt for par. Too much. Weird for the hook. Aww. Cucumber. Brutal miss. Brutal. Wonderful. Road coming down. Second hole Northwood. There are a lot of people saying, of course, we're going to have the best of the British Open, like the British Open holes. Those will actually be what we do for stroke play stuff in August until we hit 2028, the next year, the Summer Olympics. Well, of course, August. So a few more Augusts, we'll do the best of the British Open and all that. Like a US versus world thing. Pain over everything. Fuzzy. What's it over? Pain. For par. Oh, you're so close. Fuzzy could tap in. Here's weird. Yeah. Oh, right on the nose. Right on the flight. Cucumber. Perfect. guys are cheering, that's a tell. We're Fook. On the riverbank, Kauai. Macumber, Hawaii, as in cute. We're Macumber for the hole. Move off by a foot. Bogey. Macumber still has a chance to tap in for the hole. Here's Fuzzy at Kuro Lawn. Up and over. You really need to go over because that ball is top left. Hey, Stewart. He thought he was going to be okay. No, he's fine. No. No. For bogey. Go nuts. Fuzzy for the hole. Yeah, like last week's semifinals were like blowouts. The losing golfers, those two losing golfers only won one hole combined. Mike Weir is flipping up. Good shot. Mike Weir. That would have been big because it would have forced Macumber to make a shot to tie the match. He makes the shot. He more cucumber. Stir. Second shot. Ooh, Paint Stewart right in the middle. Birdie. Nice. Half the hole. No, Payne will win this one. On the 4. Weird. He was dry. He's going to have a tough shot, but at least he was dry. For the hole. Off by a foot. Not coming for bogey. Nobody can tap in and tie it back. I know. Pain. Right there. Good shot. Up and over. Pain. For birdie. Off by 2. Stewart should be able to win this hole. No, he doesn't. There can't. It's the first time in this match we see a draw for the hole. Macumber. Mike Weir. Over everything. Ish. Macumber. Up and over down the center. Mike Weir. Over everything. Macumber. For birdie. Weird. For the first time in that match, we see a drawn hole. Look out, that is, wow. That was left of the hole. That bunker. I don't know if that's actually good or bad. Oh, that was good. Payne, I thought I was going to go in the bunker, but holy fuck. For par. Half the hole. Really? By the way, Weir's the only golfer from the 80s. But Tony Stewart couldn't be from the 2000s because he died in 1989. McCumber, I don't remember being from the 2000s, and neither was Buzzy Seller. On his thing for pretty. Go nuts. Hello? Mike couldn't do it.
All right.
Whoa. That was a terrible shot by Tony Stewart. You don't see that on your... I know this is a tough hole, but you don't see that.
All right.
You're in deep, deep trouble.
All right.
Payne's going for guts. No guts, no glory, I say. For the hole. Off by a foot, but I think it'll be okay. Payne's lead again evaporates. There's Weir on 7. Whoa. Right where that tee box is. Cucumber? Bunker. Well, he'll have a good shot. Weir? Yep. He got it. For the hole. 5 foot. River Buggy. Here's Fuzzy. Up and over. Excellent job back. Excellent job by Fuzzy. Oh, he's gonna have a long putt. Kind of knows that Seller's gonna tackle. So Fuzzy Seller knows that this destiny, this real life, that's this fantasy. Mike Weir on 8. And McCumber. Over everything. Back. McCumber.
All right.
9. Up and over. Like Weir. Don't talk about it. For par. Oh, he missed. Weird for the hole. You can't put it in. Number 10. Stewart and Seller. Wow, off the tree and to the left. You saw that bounce. Seller. Well, Payne's had a few things. The first 5 holes were won by someone, and then Sellers won 8 and 9. Hole number 2. 7. I think he probably was wishing it was off the green. Was he? Well, that's better. And you're gonna. You have to. For the hole. Off by a foot. Why do you fit it? Undenied. Left to right. Next job. Right clear. There. For a little hole. Brutal mistake. McCumber. On 11. And Stewart. Seller. And Stewart. Fuzzy. Not bad. for par. Off by a foot. I swear, it's gotta be there. Cover? The first 4 holes were won by somebody, and then it's been basically shot for shot. There. Huh? For the birdie. Cucumber. Up by 5. Brutal mistake by Weir. Cucumber. Who's he? Get him. For par. Nope. Pain. Never had a chance to score. Here. Cucumber. Until you mean it. Until you mean it. Until you mean it. Pitch out. For bogey. Where's he? Right to left. Fuzzy. Wasn't the best shot in the world. Pain? I wasn't either. Pink Spirit like for the hole, 65 feet. Well, he's gonna cut. I would have, honestly, I would have, okay, I would have said, but that's okay, you do it. Well, this would be destiny, darling. I don't think ever we had a guy who died in real life, and then months later, his ghost won a tournament. I don't think so. This would be creepy. For part. What a miss. Cooper was out by 3. Michael had his chances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so yeah, there's 10 guys who are aiming. Macumber would get in. Actually, his spot would be taken out of candidate, right? Not necessarily. He threw it up. Ooh. He was inches away from being it. Deemed OD. It was almost done for the hole. Right. Right side. But that's actually good because it goes right to left. While Mike Weir's in the pine straw. Cumber over everything. Got it. Good shot by Mike Cumber. Mike Weir's gonna have to. Oh, what are you gonna do? He doesn't have anywhere to go. But at least he didn't hit the wall hunker. He had to move this thing because it's right for the hole. I think he's a little. You think he figures Weir's not going to make it. And he misses that shot, so we're still alive. Thank you very much. My national pride. Thank you. Lucky Stellar. Good shot over everything. Thank you. Fuzzy. Good shot. Pain for the hole. Oh, he's back down the line. Like weird. Remember? Weird. Cucumber. Off to the left. Pitch shot for Macumber. Up by 3. Weird. For the hole. Oh man, he was like, I'm gonna be a on 16. That's famous hole. Off the rock. Onto the green. What a bounce. Fuzzy. That's even better. He's very quick. Stewart for birdie. He needs to play. It's out by 6. Fuzzy for the hole. And now Fuzzy is just one hole away from making his dreams come true and getting to the getting to the finals. Weir misses the shot. Cucumber. Over everything. Close. Weir. Cucumber for break. Bennett. Weir for the hole. Back again. Fuzzy. Over everything. Right? Pain? Whoa, that's vibrate. Oh, thank goodness for that wall. That would have been out of bounds, and that would have been this match. For par. You can see it's a putt. Fuzzy Seller is now in the semifinal. Now in the finals. Payne Stewart had it right in his hands and flipped it. Now let's see what happens in the other semifinal. Macumber. Oh, damn. Nah, they both have to hit from the rocks. Well. Wow. This hole is just terrible. Into the drop zone. I think. Science. For the hole. Off by 4. Where? This is his putt. Macumber should be down. All Macumber has to do is hang on tight. Hey, that rhymes. Macumber, up and over. Well, it couldn't be that bad. Worst case scenario, because Macumber's gonna putt and leg. Weir's gonna have to flip it and get close to the pin. Oh, I went past it. For par. This is Weir. For the hole. No. Rising of Mark McCumber, who took second place in October, will get his chance to get from second to first. He beats Mike Weir by 2 holes. So it's McCumber and Seller, and both are from the 1980s. So we will have someone from the 80s win. Yep, we will have guys from the 80s win. And that would make 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 6, 6, 6. So that would be a 6-6 split of the 80s 2000s for winners. So 6 from the 80s, 6 from the 2000s. That 6-6 split actually is pretty good. Yeah, that is a 6-6 split. I think we could have a 9-9 split. We could have 9-9 again. Yeah, so 6 winners in the 80s, 6 from the 2000s. Well, someone from the 80s. So let's take a look at the line scores. Payne Stewart had a 2-up lead and then came back. He was up by 1 in the 7th, but fell through, and Seller managed to produce. And that would be weird. Fuzzy Seller, a month after he died for real, he's putting up for real. And Mike Weir, well, it was actually tooth and nail through the first 9, but then the 10th McCumber used the back 9 to his example. So it's Fuzzy Seller, Mark McCumber for the championship. So we do have an interesting situation here. I think Fuzzy Seller, well, we actually do have a situation here. We do have a situation. Okay, so if Fuzzy wins, then McCumber takes second. We would have 10 people. Yeah, we would have 10 people. So McCumber would, if Fuzzy beats McCumber, Fuzzy gets into the Master, gets to go to Augusta. So McCumber, that would be his second place finish. However, for McCumber, that actually works out in his advantage because he takes 2 second place finishes. Him, like Sergio Garcia. Him like Sergio Garcia would have multiple second place finishes, but they would actually get the benefit of a doubt. If they finished 7 for 8th, not in the top 6, but 7 for 8th, they would sneak a spot because they went second place twice. So so Seller wins. He moves on. McCumber takes second. There would still be 10 guys. It was just that McCumber and Sergio would have multiple second place finishes. And that would mean something. However, if Cucumber wins, McCumber wins, so he would win. There would be 9 guys in the runner-up pool. We need a 10th, but it actually doesn't matter because Fuzzy Seller would jump into the runner-up. So we would see 10 guys no matter what, and it will be 6 out of 10. Right? Yes, it would be 6 out of 10 no matter what. So so if Fuzzy beats McCumber, there will be 10 guys. If McCumber wins, we're down to 9, but Seller would take McCumber's spot per diem. So McCumber would be out, Seller would be in, and we would have 10 guys. So it doesn't matter. I was thinking Mike Weir would have to sneak in somehow, but nope. Okay, so the situation is right there for McCumber to turn himself from second to first. And then his spot by proxy would be replaced by Fuzzy Seller. If Fuzzy wins, then McCumber gets 2 second place finishes, which actually helps him out per diem. Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.